In this video, we'll show you how to replace the bellows boot on your Honda Pilot. This is located behind the wheel and part of the steering system. Let's get started. With the vehicle raised and supported, we can remove our lug nuts with a 22mm. We'll set those off to the side. It's good to use a magnet tray so you don't kick them all over the place. I'm going to use a set of side cutters. We can grab each ear of the cotter pin and fold those flat. Then we can just grab it from the back side and pull it out. We can remove the nut using a 17mm. Going to thread that back on a little bit. Now we're going to strike the knuckle right on the end here by the tie rod using a hammer. Try not to damage any of the tie rod or the backing plate here. As we remove the outer tie rod, we want to count the number of turns. 1, 2, 3, and so on. 14 and 15. This will make sure that when we install the new one, it's in the same place as the old one. Yours might be different. I'm going to hold the inner tie rod with a 14mm. We can start to work the nut loose from the inner tie rod. Using a set of needle nose pliers, we can remove the outer bellows boot clamp. The clamp on the inner part of the boot you can remove using a flathead screwdriver by prying up on the little tab on the top. Just break that free. You can pull the boot off. To install the bellows boot, we need to remove the inner tie rod nut. I'm going to apply some silicone paste where the bellows boot slides onto the inner tie rod, as well as on the end of the steering rack. We can begin to install the bellows boot. We want to make sure that the boot is fully seated on both the inner portion and the outer portion. We'll use some cable ties to secure the bellows boot to the steering rack and the tie rod. I'm going to use a set of side cutters. I'm going to give them a little twist, tighten them a little extra, and then clip off the ends. apply some anti-seize right where the nut is going to go on the inner tie rod. And we'll thread the nut onto the inner tie rod. We'll start to thread on the outer tie rod, counting the number of turns like we did when we removed the other one. 1, 2, 3, 14, and 15. Bring the jam nut down to hold that in place. Our new outer tie rod uses a nut that has a nylon lock washer in it instead of a castle nut. We can go ahead and snug that down. And we'll torque this to 44 foot-pounds. Tighten down our jam nut. Snug that up. Doesn't need to be too tight, just enough to hold it. If you thread the first nut all the way on, that'll hold the wheel for you. And now we can snug those down. We'll torque this to 94 foot-pounds in a star pattern using a 22 millimeter. Now you want to take your vehicle for a test drive down to your local alignment shop.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.